Hi guys, welcome back to I Speak English. My name's Hayley and today I'm going to teach you 5 phrasal verbs that you can use for speaking part 1 in your Cambridge C1 exam. So phrasal verbs are really important to use in your speaking in particular because they're informal and they're very natural. Native speakers use these all the time and Cambridge examiners are kind of listening for these when you're speaking. So I'm going to show you 5 really easy to use phrasal verbs that you can kind of remember per topic. So if you get asked about hobbies or sports or something like that, you'll be able to use these phrasal verbs really easily in your exam. But before I show you those phrasal verbs, do make sure that you're subscribed and you hit the bell so that you can get weekly videos from me for free. I upload a new video every Saturday, so if you are subscribed and you hit the bell, you'll get a notification every time I upload a new video. So hit the subscribe button there and let's get started. Alright, so let's take a look at these 5 phrasal verbs for your speaking part 1 then. So just to remind you, your speaking part 1, this is a really quick part of your exam. You're just asked a few informal questions about yourself, like what do you do in your free time? Can you tell me about a recent vacation? Can you tell me about your family? So they'll probably ask you like 3 questions maximum, and then they'll move on to speaking part 2. But if you can use some phrasal verbs here, you're going to get really high points for your vocabulary mark, okay? Alright, so let's take a look at the first phrasal verb that you can use in your exam. The first one I would recommend using is take up. So if you take something up, just means that you start a new hobby or a new activity, okay? So this is great if they ask you what you do in your free time. This is the perfect phrasal verb to use to answer that question. So if the examiner says, what do you like to do in your free time? You can answer, I go to kickboxing twice a week. I took it up about a year ago as a way to keep fit. Okay, so you can say your hobby and just say when you started it or when you took it up. And boom, you've got a phrasal verb in straight away. So you just get a big tick on your mark sheet from the examiner if you can use this phrasal verb. All right, so boom, that's our first one. Take up, start a new hobby. The second one that you can use is look forward to. You should know this one because it's kind of B1, B2 level really. And it means to be excited, normally about a future event. So if the examiner asks you, what are you hoping to do in the future? You can just say, oh, I'm really looking forward to going to university. It'll be a big change, but I can't wait. Notice that this takes a verb and ing always, even though we use to, it always takes a verb and ing. You're looking forward to doing something, always with a verb and ing. Okay. So look forward to, really good if the examiner asks you about the future. All right, on to number 3 then. To get on, again, you should really know this one. This usually crops up in B2 level. So to get on just means to have a good relationship with someone. So they normally always ask you about your family. So this is a really good one to use if they ask you about, if you can describe your family or tell me about your family. You could say, sure, I have a little sister. Even though she's 5 years younger than me, we get on quite well. And I'll miss her when I go to university. So you can just describe your family and say if you get on well or not with them. And again, you've got an extra phrasal verb in, more points for vocabulary. All right, moving on. Knuckle down. Knuckle down, I feel like I've used this in another Cambridge C1 video. Can't remember which one, but anyway, knuckle down just means to study hard, okay, or to start studying hard. So usually one of the questions they always ask you is how long have you studied English? They always tend to ask you that. So you can say I've been studying for about 5 years. I didn't really take it seriously before, but I knuckled down this year to pass my exam. Okay, so I started studying really hard to pass my exam. So remember that you do have to change phrasal verbs. You need to change their tense like any other verb. So knuckle becomes knuckled. Okay, if you don't know what your knuckles are, your knuckles is this part of your hand. I'm not really sure why we say knuckle down. It doesn't really make any sense, but yeah, there you go. Maybe some association you can make there between knuckles and doing work. I don't know. All right, and on to number 5 then. Our final phrasal verb that you can use is to get away, which means to go on holiday. This verb can have another meaning. If you tell someone to get away, it means like leave me alone, go away. But if you use it in a different context, it's to go on holiday. So if the examiner asks you, can you tell me about a recent vacation, you could say something like, sure, it was about 3 months ago. I couldn't wait to get away. I couldn't wait to go on holiday and relax, so I went to Italy for a week. The food was to die for, and the scenery was stunning. Okay, so to get away, to go on holiday. But so there you go. There's 5 phrasal verbs that you can use in your Cambridge C1 speaking exam. If you need any more information about speaking, kind of what vocabulary that you need to use in speaking, what grammar, any kind of techniques you can use, I do have a video course dedicated to Cambridge C1 speaking. I'll put a link in the description for you, a discount link so you can get it a bit cheaper. If you click that link, you'll be able to see a few preview videos just to see if the course is useful for you, which it should be. So you can take that if you're struggling with speaking a little bit. Another way to practice your speaking is the app 5 Minute English. Again, I'll put the link in the description. Basically, you record yourself doing speaking tasks, and then it gives you grammar and vocabulary corrections. So it's a really good app to use. I'll put the link in the description. You get about 5 minutes for free, and then you need to pay for it, but it's a decent app. I'd recommend it. Right, so there are all your phrasal verbs. As usual, if this video helped you, please do give it a like. Just helps more people to see it so that they can get some tips for their exam as well. And make sure you're subscribed and that you hit the bell so that you can carry on learning English with me every week. If you have any questions about the Cambridge C1 exam or just English in general, leave me a comment and I'll get back to you when I can. And that's all from me. I'll see you soon in another video. Bye.